Yo, what's up everybody? Numbskull here, and this video is another entry in my harm reduction series where I speak directly to people who already choose or are considering using drugs and give them the information that they need to reduce risk as much as realistically possible. This series isn't here to encourage or discourage use. It exists because people are going to experiment regardless, and bad or incomplete information is what causes most of the real damage. Today, we're talking about nutmeg, specifically the compounds myristicin and related constituents, which is probably one of the most underestimated and poorly explained and understood psychoactive substances out there. Despite being a common kitchen spice, nutmeg contains several biologically active compounds, most notably myristicin, elemicin, and safrole. These compounds are metabolized by the liver and produce psychoactive effects through a combination of weak MAOI activity, anticholinergic effects, and indirect influence on serotonin and dopamine systems. This makes nutmeg very different from classic psychedelics or dissociatives. The experience tends to be long, body-heavy, and unpredictable, with risks that are more physical than people expect. One thing that needs to be made very clear is that nutmeg is not gentle just because it's legal or natural. In psychoactive amounts, nutmeg places real stress on the body, particularly the liver, cardiovascular system, and nervous system. Harm reduction here isn't about maximizing effects, it's about minimizing toxicity and avoiding unnecessary strain. Potency is highly inconsistent with nutmeg. Factors like freshness, storage, species, and preparation method can drastically change how strong it is. Pre-ground nutmeg is often weaker and more degraded, while whole nutmeg can be more potent but still vary significantly from seed to seed. Because of this variability, assuming a familiar dose will behave the same way every time is a common mistake. Increasing amounts does not reliably improve the experience and almost always increases side effects instead. Another major issue is how long nutmeg takes to do anything at all. Onset can take several hours, sometimes longer. This delay leads many people to believe nothing is happening and take more, only for everything to hit later all at once. Nutmeg experiences can last well over 24 hours, often with lingering cognitive fog, fatigue, and physical discomfort into the following day. Redosing during the same session is especially risky and should be avoided entirely. The side effects associated with nutmeg are not minor. Common effects include nausea, dry mouth, dizziness, confusion, anxiety, flushing, headaches, elevated heart rate, and dehydration. These are not rare reactions, they are part of how the substance affects the body. In more severe cases, people can experience delirium, agitation, chest pain, or dangerous cardiovascular stress. These are not effects to push through. Mixing nutmeg with other substances greatly increases risk. Because of its MAOI-like and anticholinergic properties, combining nutmeg with antidepressants, stimulants, DXM, certain antihistamines, or other substances that affect serotonin or acetylcholine can be dangerous. Alcohol significantly worsens dehydration and liver strain. Combining nutmeg with other deliriants or anticholinergic substances is especially risky and should be avoided completely. There are people who simply should not experiment with nutmeg at all. Anyone with liver disease, heart problems, seizure disorders, anxiety disorders, or psychotic conditions are at a higher risk of complications. Nutmeg is unsafe during pregnancy, and because of the physical stress involved, it is not appropriate for frequent or repeated use. Basic physical care plays a bigger role than people expect. Nutmeg impairs temperature regulation and causes dehydration, so regular small sips of water are important. Hot environments and physical exertion should be avoided. Eating lightly beforehand can help with nausea, but heavy meals can increase stomach discomfort. Because nutmeg can cause confusion and altered perception, a safe and calm environment reduces the risk of accidents. Mental effects are another area people underestimate. Nutmeg experiences are often described as foggy, dysphoric, or confusing rather than euphoric. Anxiety and uncomfortable thought loops are common. Unlike classic psychedelics, nutmeg does not respond well to surrendering into the experience. Grounding, Reassurance and minimizing stimulation are far more effective if things become uncomfortable. Frequency of use is one of the biggest harm reduction concerns. Nutmeg should not be used regularly. Repeated use increases the risk of cumulative toxicity, lingering cognitive issues, mood disturbances, and liver strain. Long gaps between experiences are significantly safer than trying to make nutmeg a repeat substance. If someone behaves extremely confused, agitated, experiences chest pain, irregular heartbeat, or cannot stay conscious, medical attention is needed. Being honest about what was taken helps medical professionals respond appropriately and quickly. To wrap this up, nutmeg is not a harmless curiosity or a shortcut to a safe legal high. It is a long-lasting, physically taxing substance with a narrow margin between tolerable effects and a miserable or dangerous experience. Most harm associated with nutmeg comes from impatience, redosing, mixing substances, underestimating duration, and ignoring the body's warning signs. Understanding what nutmeg actually does and respecting its limits is the foundation of harm reduction here. If you found this video helpful, a like and a subscribe or follow would help me out a ton. Turn on post notifications as well so you don't miss future entries in the series, and consider sharing this with someone who might actually need the information. Also, a little announcement. In the next couple days, I'll have a collab out with someone that's no one. So if you're not already subscribed to him, go check us out and stay tuned for that. It'll be a very useful video for many of you out there. Take care of each other, and as always, stay frosty, stay curious, and stay safe out there. And with that, I'll see all of you in the next one. Peace!